Hey everyone, Noble Comics back again. I know there's been a little bit of a hiatus since my last video. I'm back again because I got more pages to my comic. Cardinal, Colton Punishment, the first book that I'm working on. I'm going to show off the 4 new pages. Now this is where we left off. This was page 3. It was Cardinal riding to his house, Cardinal Cafe. You can see here, gets to his house, and there are 3 thugs waiting for him. So he's riding through the city and got home. That's where we left off. Now, see here, he's walking into his house, and these 3 thugs here are looking for help, basically. As you saw in the previous pages, there's a murderer, this new anti-hero vigilante who's come to the city, and he's murdering all these criminals, and that has caused a few of them to seek the help of Cardinal, who's basically retired. So they come asking for help. Cardinal's not interested. This is, he's not interested in that life anymore. Smacks the guy in the face, I'm not interested. And they don't take that very kindly. They're very desperate. They just want some help. So they end up attacking him. Drops his whiskey bottles, which he was bringing into the house. He retaliates. Look at that awesome art. Beating the crap out of these thugs. And then the first one, here on the ground. And I know these pictures are a little bit lower resolution just because it's on here. But man, amazing, amazing art. This guy gets up off the ground, grabs a pipe. You can see Cardinal here in the background fighting. And then, crack. Hits Cardinal in the back of the head. You can see him hurt on the ground, bleeding. They start beating the crap out of him. You see him starting to lose his composure. And we see him lash out. He's got, little shurikens, basically. His insignia on him. Hits 2 guys right there. Hits the guy holding the pipe. Cuts the pipe. Cuts his finger off. And Cardinal tells him to get out of there. Get out of his home. These pages here, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Great artist doing this. Wish it was me, but it's not. So basically what this is showing is, like I said, in the first one, it really showed us a little bit of the city, the setting that it takes place in, and we see Cardinal going home. This, first of all, sets up the internal conflict of Disciple versus Cardinal, because we saw Disciple murdering the people, we see the people coming to him for help. So this is how he's going to get involved in this story, is he is going to have to make a decision of whether or not he wants to intervene with Disciple's rule, basically. Disciple's new war on crime and the violent toll that it's taken. So, not only do we get to see how we're getting put into this story, as we're kind of, we've seen more than Cardinal's seen, but from here on out, we're kind of following Cardinal throughout his journey. We see his disregard. He doesn't care. It hasn't been his problem for years. We see he is capable. He's very strong. He's very tough, mostly. He is resilient, and he'll get stronger and tougher as it goes on, obviously. But we also see some of his weaknesses. A bit of an alcoholic. Bit of, I guess, sort of a non-empathetic soul at the moment. He doesn't care about other people that are dying. He's not a hero anymore, and we saw that again in the previous one as he leaves this man who's being mugged. He doesn't care. He drives past him. It's not his problem. And we see sort of the consequences of that, him getting hurt. And we see again his mortality, because Cardinal's a superhero, sure, but he's not Superman. He's not bulletproof. He's got tough armor for sure, but he's just as vulnerable as really any other human. So, at this point, Cardinal's nearly 60, and he struggles fighting off 3 thugs. He hasn't been a real hero out there fighting crime in about 30 years. So we kind of get to see where his character's starting out. It's the bottom of the totem pole. He's sort of spiritually lost. He doesn't know what he should do. He's kind of cold. He's not empathetic. He's not really what you'd think a hero would be. He's lashing out against these guys, you know, doesn't care, disregard for them, cuts that dude's fingers off, wants him out of here. So we're seeing the beginning of him, where he's at now, which is not a good place. He's angry, he's disturbed, he's uncaring, and he doesn't want to be bothered with any of this. He just wants to go sit in his home and drink, and we'll see what his base and everything looks like in the next set of pages, which I have, but I'm going to wait to show them just for a little bit. I want to put some other videos in between. But we see the basis of who this character is, and importantly, sort of where he can go. Because he's not just some foolhardy person who playing hero. He's been a hero for years and years. He was a hero all throughout the 80s, and then he is retired. Which will be revealed why and everything like that later on too. But he's basically done. He doesn't want any more of it. And we're going to have to see him make these important decisions of whether or not he wants to go back into that life. How much is he willing to give? Is he willing to try and help these people, or is he going to turn a blind eye, kind of like he usually does? What's going to motivate him? What's going to push him to get better? And if he does choose to take on this battle, take on Disciple, take on whoever, how is he going to prepare? How's he going to be ready? Because like I said, right now, these three thugs were kind of giving him a run for his money. We have a lot to see as far as his growth. I think it's going to be a great story. I know it is. It's awesome. So this is, we've got 3 more pages, so it'll kind of round out what I want to show in the beginning. First 10 pages. I think that'll really summarize who the character is, what the conflict is, where they're starting out, really lay out sort of your opening cards on the table. And then we can see where we'll go from there. I'll still do updates and stuff like that, but just showing the first 10 pages. I might go back and show the inked versions because I made a few changes with these pages. Some slight ones, like showing these guys put up a little bit more of a fight, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, stay tuned for more, definitely. And I'll have some more. I know a lot of my content recently, the last like 3 or so videos, have just been about my comic, but I'll be sure to talk about other stuff, whether, you know, comic related, Comicsgate related, all that sort of stuff. But I hope you guys like these pages. I think they're awesome. I think that art is awesome. I love, ooh, don't want to see that. I think this art is awesome. I love how dynamic it is. I love these panels, sort of breaking out of the panel. I mean, it's great. This guy, Juan Pablo Cartasso, my artist, amazing. Highly recommend. But don't get him right now because I need him. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Hope you guys liked it. And I hope you guys tune in to the next videos. All right, bye.